Hey guys, thank you for joining me on Their Fight Story. I have Brant Moore with us. How are you today?
How you doing? Hello.
How
I
are
am
you?
I am he. I am Brant. You know. I'm glad we got to finally link up and do the interview because we tried throughout the week and boom. I won my fight. I won my fight.
How did you get into MMA?
I started off doing karate when I was 3 and I wanted to be like Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris and Goku. I watched all this anime and stuff like that, Watched Baki when it was like, the old original Baki, which the anime literally about fighting and being a martial artist, more or less, loosely, that's what it is, Baki the Grappler. Um, and I wanted to be like those guys, and those guys were like the greatest fighters ever. But as a kid, it's just like you don't know what that looks like. As from 3 to 12, I did karate, and I was just like, I still just wanted to I always had the dream of just being the greatest martial artist, right? And so I was just like, I still wanted to stay in martial arts. You know what I'm saying? It just feels internally like it's my path. And so at 15, I started boxing, and in the exact same gym at D-Rocks, in the exact same gym I started doing boxing. My jiu-jitsu teacher, Derek Krantz, started teaching me jiu-jitsu at 17 up until now, and I still learn from him all the time. I'm a black belt now, and so is he. Um, and I just knew that be an MMA fighter, like me as a martial artist with no mixed martial arts experience, could tell that like the greatest fighter is not like a boxer, so it's or a kickboxer, it's an MMA fighter. So I wanted to do that and you know dip my feet into mixed martial arts, and here I am.
How has martial arts impacted your life?
Is as long I've been a martial artist, literally as long as I've been walking, I've been able to throw kicks. It's a big part of my life, huge. In ways in ways I almost can't understand. I mean, understand, explain. Jesus, got hit too much Friday. What happened? Got hit way too much, bro. But so it's like walking with a certain purpose, that so the same way that people have religion, people have religion like God is watching you, like that there's this entity that you don't exactly understand, but you feel it and it's there, that type of thing. That's how martial arts is for me, you know what I'm saying? Like not necessarily saying martial arts is my religion or anything like that. It's more just it's always driven me, like it's the number one drive for me, from what I want to drink to what I eat, to the people I have in my life, everything, my decisions, all of it goes back to being a martial artist, you know. So you need that? This is yours. No, it's Tristan's. This right here. Hey, oh, we gotta pull it from here. Yeah, we'll work on it. He won't break. It's not mine. It's not my stuff that he'll break. It's his brother's, and then he'll be like, I won't hear the end of it. I'll be like, cause I got a brother too. I got a couple of brothers, but I know what it's like being the older brother. Because I'm the middle. I'm like the middle one, So I know what it's like to be an older brother and a younger brother, So it's like, if you're the older brother and your younger brother just trashes your stuff, you're like, and you like want to beat them up, but like there's this age gap. For them, it's a big age gap to where they don't need to be fighting each other. So I'm like, don't do that, because I totally get where you would be coming from. Like I want to whoop them too, but but as far as being a martial artist, as far as being a martial artist, and what martial arts has done for me, it's like literally the number one. It's like the number one driving factor behind Brant Moore's mind and life. Everything goes back to martial arts in some shape, way, or form for me, like in competition. So
Are you the only martial artist in your family?
yes, I am.
How do your family feel about that? You getting into the combat sports?
My mom supported me. She just everybody else was like, kind of iffy about it. They really tried to deter me from it. Like, they put me in karate when I was younger, but they didn't know if it would like, it would turn into this. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of like a thing that like spiraled out of control from that point of view. Um, yeah, because I was good at karate too. I'm not really cool with my family that much on my dad's side. My mom and her side of the family I'm really cool with, you know. And my mom I'm also cool with. She's always supported me, you know. I'm sure she watched my fight as well. Let's see. Yeah, she's the only one that supported me from Jump Street on to now. Like, like now that I'm winning main event LFA fights, everybody's gonna be like jumping on the Brant Moore bandwagon. It's like I'm up right now, right? Brant Moore stocks are up, so it's easy to be a Brant fan. It's easy to be a fan of Brant right now because Brant's winning. I'm on like a 6-fight win streak. I'm beating people like really decisively, whether it be finishes or like dominating all 3 rounds or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm clearly a killer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there was a time my first MMA, a lot of people don't know this, but my very first MMA fight, my first amateur MMA fight, I got knocked out by a knee to the face. Like a shot in on a takedown, dude was throwing a leg kick, and he like flinched, like panicked to bring his leg back, and it kneed me in the face. It was like lightning. You know what I'm saying? It was like lightning. It was the unluckiest thing to ever happen to anybody in the history of like combat sports, probably. Out cold. I was sleep. You know, and first time I've ever been knocked out, and like, for real, a lot of people don't know that. There's probably not any video of it anymore. Or you never know, there may be, but yeah, that was like my first MMA experience, and like, this is back when like this is like all both sides of the family, everybody's there, and they're just like, oh my god, and they're just like, maybe you should hang it up, maybe do something else, and I'm just like, y'all don't understand that like it happens,
Yeah.
it's a part of the game, like a lot of people I talk to and talk with and like try to bring up in the fight game. As a coach, I'm kind of mean, kind of really mean, because like if somebody starts bitching, I'm just like, quit bitching, stop bitching, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't even know. I had like one of the hardest starts possible in MMA, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
before I got the KO, I was getting beat up by Derek all the time. I still get beat up by Derek. you
Who's
know,
Derek?
Derek Krantz, Derek D. Rock Krantz. He is he's my teacher.
Okay.
Derek also fights professional MMA. Derek, UFC fighter, LFA champion, 170. So
Okay.
yeah, that dude, that dude. Yeah. Um, so yeah, I had a rough start in MMA. Continued on to it. There was actually a point where I was kind of on the upside of fighting, upside down side of fighting, winning. And then I had a middle of the road record, and then I started kind of winning again. And then I just quit because of doing life stuff like working as a firefighter and little stuff like that. But working as a firefighter didn't work out for me. I was away from mixed martial arts for a year and just did jujitsu, like just nothing but straight jujitsu, which is actually what allowed me to get a leg up on my competition. So I stopped fighting and working on striking so much, and I just focused on grappling because I was like, regardless of how anything went out in MMA, I was ice cold in jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
I've been striking all my life, but I was absolutely ice cold in jiu-jitsu, so I couldn't. It's hard to mess with, for the amount of time that I've been doing it. And then I just kept on training, kept on doing stuff kept on training with my team, and they were just like, man, you got so much talent, you're so young, why aren't you fighting? And I'm just like, man, I suck. That's why. they're just like, you're a purple belt, you're doing so good, you're a beast. We see you training all the time. You're helping Kevin get ready to hit for his fights. Kevin Aguilar, he's a pro fighter, this is pre UFC time, and he's just like, you help him get ready. you know, you're a great partner for him. Like, there's no reason why you don't need to be, why you can't be fighting too. You're wasting your time not doing any of this. And I'm just like, I suck, bro. And it's just like, and then they're just like, come on, bro, just do it. Just try it. Just try it. Start back. You know, start back fighting. I'm just like, all right, I'll try it. And I go out, smoke some peeps, smoke a dude. Go out and do another fight, smoke another dude, and then just got on that path of I live MMA life now.
Yeah.
And have not gotten off that train. Still riding that shit. Riding it till the wheels fall off.
Where did you get your name, Killer B?
There's a show called Naruto.
Yes.
So in Naruto, there's like in the show it's like primarily like Asian and white people, like or that's the skin tone what it looks like, you know. And there's this dude, one of the first characters they introduced from the Cloud Village. Every village there's like different nations. The Cloud Village is like has is where all the black people have been in the show. It's where all the black people have been in the show. And one of their characters' name is Killer B, and that's his name. And he's really corny. He's really like he's a really satire character. You know, he's super strong, super powerful. He's super powerful as far as the show goes, but he's big. He's a big goofball. You know, he's got this brother that's like super serious and like really powerful. But that's where I got the name from that because there's a little bit of resemblance to that character. Just like, you know, I got the juice, I got the strength, I'm a strong guy.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm also a goofball, so boom, Brant Killer B more, and I love Naruto. Bam! Just like that. Boom.
Just like that.
Just like that. Boom. Killer B. Just like that. Bam. And I got this little emblem, you know, that my homeboy Josue Vinces drew up for me, and he's just like, dude, check this out. And it's like got my hair, got headphones, got like, you know, a little tattoo right here, and I was just like, oh, dude, man, he hooked it up. He hooked it up. I'm gonna get him to draw something else for me because he's it's a hidden talent that he had apparently that I had no idea about. My man went to school with this dude. Went to school with this dude for like ever. Went to high school with him. If you see this, get back into the gym and train with your boy. Just saying. Get your ass back in the gym, Josue. Talking to you. I literally am using your name in this interview. Yeah. Also, I'll see you soon. Even if you're not at the gym, I'll see you soon anyway. Yeah. So.
Now, for this fight that you just had, did you prepare differently for it?
Nope, absolutely not. I'm joking. It's not like I had to do different things. Like I always train consistently, I always train hard. But since February, I quit my day job, and I started fighting full time. And I was just like, okay, I'm finna do this. I'm able to train twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day, but I'm able to get so much cardio and conditioning in. And then the Rona hit, and then I started getting broker by the month, and it was freaking me out. And a fight came up, and the whole time I've been training, cardio and conditioning, training, cardio and conditioning, and before you know it, I was a beast, more so than normal, you know, because I was like, yeah, I was off the leash, man. My girlfriend My girlfriend let me right off the leash as soon as she told me I can quit my job, man. Like I went from I was hard to beat anyway, you know. But one of the biggest glaring issues for me was my cardio and conditioning. Like, you know, like a lot of times I just didn't have the energy and the time to actually commit into doing cardio and conditioning all the time. So any spare time I had that wasn't working or doing a project was spent like, you know, training actual like striking or grappling, you know, or drilling. Like I couldn't just actually make my body strong. I could only just make my mind and my movement strong, you know. And now I got time. Now I got time. So since I got time, make my body strong with it. And now I'm off the leash and unstoppable. See that? See that right there? That's a post weight cut gun. That's a post weight cut and refuel and fight gun right there. Fat and shit. Yeah.
Now, the way the fight went, was it the way you were expecting it to go? Were you expecting it to be more stand up?
It did not go at all like I expected it to go. I expected Joe honestly to do. I didn't expect him to grapple the way he did. Like whenever he was since he's lanky, he was a little bit all right. So to start, he was a little bit better in the clinch than I thought he was gonna be. I was still able to get double unders and like fold him and different things like that. But just him being lanky and tall, and having that build was a little bit difficult for me, because physically my traditional training partners are like gorillas. They're really strong dudes, you know. So it's not like he had more strength than I did. It's just like when I started pulling him away and making like one time I straight up lifted his feet off the ground and pulled him away from the cage, and he like just rainbowed out his body like some out of The Exorcist and put his head on the cage, and then like and put his body back there, put his back against the cage, and I'm just like, no way, there's no way this man's a god. Like that's literally what I was thinking in my head as soon as he missed, as soon as I didn't get that takedown. I was just like, this man's a god. I'm 100% on that. Not anymore. Apparently, I'm like 95% because of him. Yeah, I hate you, Joe. Fucked up my whole stat. Can never be 100% again because of you. Whatever. But no, yeah, I expected him to grapple me a little. I expected him to fight me a little bit differently. I didn't know if I was going to see Striker Joe or Grappler Joe. I hate I didn't strike with him more, like all after the fact, you know. But as far as grappling, I could tell I was the superior grappler, but I also felt that if I gave him an inch, he was going to run with it and take a mile, just because of how lanky he was. Um, so whenever the fight actually started, I was like, I was just like when I got him down, I was just like, this is gonna be kind of a wishy whatever. I'm gonna win the fight. You know, I felt that I was just like, I'm gonna win this fight, but it's gonna be like kind of. I hope people don't like hate me, because on one side I had to put pressure down on him, but on the other side he was like not trying to get up. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't actually trying to get up or like do anything. So he wasn't giving me any windows to like move around him or anything. He was just like as soon as I got inside control, latching on to me and doing long boy games type stuff. Like going for oh my god, let me tell you, I panicked whenever I absolutely panicked when he went for that buggy choke the first time. It was like deja vu, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like that's my only loss, right? Like when it happened, I didn't know what it was, and I'd never seen it before. And Lucas Clay started doing it, and I was just like, oh, I'm good. And then I was elbowing him, and his coach, I can hear his coach is like, oh, he doesn't like that. You got something there, you know? And literally, when he wrapped his arm around his leg, they were just like, oh, he doesn't like that. You got something there. And I was just like, no way. They're not even the same coaches. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I'm having deja vu, like mid fight. So you're like, you'll probably see on the fight, and if you watch the fight, you'll probably see a spot where like he goes for it, and I'm like just you know, and then I'm just like, wait a second. Right? Yeah, I lost that fight. I lost that fight because I lost the Lucas Clay fight for like, mentally I was messed up, but I also took some bad advice from one of the people that was cornering me. That wasn't my uh, normal coach. You know, it wasn't my normal coach, so I got some bad advice. And I didn't I didn't get choked by it. It's just dude started moving his body away, and his body suffocated my face. Mm-hmm. So it was really lucky stuff. Really lucky stuff if you really think about it, because that's not how the choke works. Like after I researched it and figured out what was going on, it's not even how the choke works. So Lucas got away with one. It's all right. I'm up and I'm up. I'm up now still.
You
I'm
learned from
still
it.
up. Huh?
You learned from it.
Yeah. I was watching Giannetti's interviews. He's just like, yeah, I know Luis Pena who cornered Lucas Clay, and I also know Shane Shapiro, and I'm just like, there's no way this fool knows the only two people like that have beaten me in like the past 5 years. There's no way he knows, like, because they're not even in the same state.
Yeah.
Shane's in fucking Shane's in Vegas, and Lucas I think is in Kansas or Missouri. You know, he's in one of those two places. They're not even close to each other. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, and he's in fucking Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? Joe's in fucking Massachusetts. Like, I'm like, what? I'm more than certain he's joking with me right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm more than certain he's just throwing out stuff to mess with my head, which he was. I knew he was, and I mentioned that in the interview. But anyways, yeah, I was just like, and then he went for that buggy choke, and I was just like, come on, man, couldn't you have been lying? Couldn't you have just been lying about that? Netta, that's my girlfriend. You're about to see the power source. We're about to see the source from which I get my absolute power from. Come say hi, Miss Netta. This is my girlfriend Annette. This is the one I speak of in like every interview ever. She's the one. She's where I get my insane power from. Yeah.
The secret is out.
Huh?
The secret is out.
Yeah, the secret's out. Yeah. And if I see y'all, one of y'all trying to talk to her, I'm beating y'all's ass. So just letting you know. If I see any of y'all want to try to talk to her, y'all getting y'all's asses beat.
For free?
For free, yeah, for free. And run up, get done up. You don't gotta pay me for that one. That one's on me. Yeah. But yeah, me as far as like the fight and after the fight, me and Joe actually talked for a long time, right? And I was just like, oh, me and him are like the same guy. Former fat guys that are skinny now that are fighting MMA that are doing pretty good and are into anime, you know. So I was just like, that's crazy. But in one of my interviews, I said I think it was one of my last interviews, like my very last ones, like that was just like, Joe's not saying what he says in his interviews by chance. He's playing chess right now. Like he's fighting me before he fights me, you know. And he tells me that he's like, dude, I was watching this interview. It's like, dude, I was watching this interview, and then you said that, like, he's like, you're like, he's playing chess, and then I was just like, I stopped it right there. He's like, I stopped it right there, and I was just like, I called my coach, and I was like, dude, he knows. And I was like, and then he's like, my coach is like, shut up. No, he doesn't. It's just like, he does. He said it. He said it himself. And then it's like, Joe's like, I got so crunk for that fight. Yeah. So, you know, I was just like, because I play games in my interviews too. You know, I actually am a very goofy, weird individual, but sometimes, you know, you see a guy that's like arrogant, you know, I show that guy, and then sometimes I'll be all like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of this guy, knowing good and well I'm not gonna try to strike with somebody. or I'll be all like, yeah, man, I'm gonna grab him by his neck, you know, knowing good and well I'm about to punch his nose off. You know, saying like, you know, only I know the game plan, like, you know, like and as you can tell with this from this interview, I'm a very talkative dude, so there'll be a lot of information for them to just like, you know, sometimes like it'll sound like if you listen to an entire interview, sometimes it'll sound like I'm contradicting myself. So it's just like maybe this Brant dude isn't even that good. Maybe he's just crazy and unpredictable. Could be. fourth wall breaks and stuff like that. You know, in my interviews, which I love doing.
You're too funny. When are you planning to fight again?
Whenever, it doesn't really matter to me. Like I do need a small bit of time to recover from cutting weight. You know, like maybe like a good 2 or 3 weeks to recover from cutting weight. But don't get me wrong, if the UFC calls and they're like, we need XYZ for XYZ time, I'm there. I'm signing that contract right then. I'm running in the game with guns blazing. Cause being in shape isn't the problem right now. You know, it's just in order to cut weight, there's a protocol to it, and you just need time. You know, it's not necessarily like I'm fat as fuck all of a sudden. You know, like I haven't been dieting like for the past 2 days. And that's it. But it's not like I'm all of a sudden like a big chunk that lost all of his cardio and conditioning. You know, if I had to fight next week, I could. It just would be difficult for me to make 55 safely after I just made 55. You know, but if they called and they were just like, hey, we need to do the 170 fight next YZ, dude, I am in there like swimwear and I'm gonna beat the shit. I'll beat the shit out of somebody for a UFC contract. Are you serious, man?
You're ready.
Huh?
You are ready.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely ready. I took like little to no damage. Look at my face. Look at my face. I'm still beautiful. You know, I just had a fight Friday. Absolutely beautiful. Look at this guy. Don't pay attention to this patch of this beard hair. This is my good side. Focus on this. This is the positive. Focus on the sunflower you see in front of you.
Okay.
You feel me? Yeah. No, I'm not really this self-absorbed. I just like to joke like I am. Like a very nice guy. Yeah. But yeah, if I get called to specifically, I'm wanting the UFC fight. You know, as far as LFA goes, I literally should be the next guy that they call for the 155 title shot. If they call anybody else, it's absolute bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else has been doing what I'm doing at 155. Not on the LFA roster. You know, nobody else has been putting in the work I've been putting in. And nobody else has been beating up people like I've been beating them up. You know, the only reason why I haven't been smoking people down this year is because of COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? If COVID-19 wasn't happening, I would have been the champion. You know, Bryce is lucky. Bryce is a lucky man. You know.
How has the COVID affected you mentally?
Mentally, not at all. I'm just broke. mentally, I'm chilling. I'm just broke, man. That's like it don't make no difference to me. People are the tests or whatever anyway. People are popping positive. People are like popping false positive. You know, nobody knows. You know, and then the people that get it that are my age, nobody feels it. We're not dying from it. You know, I'm obviously if I get it, I don't want to spread it or anything, but wear your mask, whatever else, and that's it. Like I'm not even worried about COVID-19. The only thing that scares me about COVID-19 is that I'm broke and I need to fight. And I can't just go to the unemployment office and be all like, yo, I'm a professional fighter, give me money. You know, I can't do that.
No.
I gotta just be broke. But since gyms opened up, since the gyms opened back up, I started getting more private lessons, you know, and making money that way, which is really helpful. I got this hit squad of young teenagers that are going to be ready to destroy anything in front of them, girls and boys. It's awesome. It's awesome. I'm raising a little army. I've always wanted to be an arms dealer. Low key secret, right? Always wanted to be an arms dealer. Legally, of course. So I'm weaponizing humans.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you find a balance between your personal life and fighting?
My girlfriend fights too, so I don't have to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I lucked out right there. My girlfriend also fights, so I don't have to find a work life, fight life relationship balance. She be asking me like, how do you feel about XYZ thing, you know, move and blah blah blah, you know. I don't want her to get beat up by nobody. So I be telling her everything. She gets all the information. Unlimited privates freely, 100% of the time. She can beat bitches up, and I love it.
Do you have any final words?
Thank you for having me on. I that was kind of scary. Do you have any final words? I'm like, whoa, like that was like some Saw type stuff. God, dog. You can edit that. You can edit that in. But any final words? Whoa, whoa. That's scary. Yeah, no, I don't know. Isaac, I love you, buddy. I miss you, and I will see you soon. I always leave a little bitty interviews for Isaac when he gets older. Right now he's 2. It's like my godson, you know. I love him to death. So and he knows Uncle Brant. He calls me, oh, he's Uncle Brant, Uncle Brant. He loves me to death. You know, I love him to death too. So I always want to leave a little bit to him. Uh, Shout out to also Eric Sands helping me. Big fight mind. Josh and Holly, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all to death. Y'all helped me cover up a huge hole in my game, which is my cardio and conditioning. You know, y'all don't let me slack. Y'all know how much I love to slack. So, you know, you can tell. You can tell. Why did I be win? I be hella slacking in fights, man. I be getting there. I be going in there and subbing people really fast because I don't want to be there that long. Running in and then be like, whoo, all right, let's go. Yeah. So that Eric Sands, I appreciate you, baby. I didn't get to shout you out in my LFA interview because Pat was trying to cut me off. Well, I love Pat. But we probably were running out of time. So, API. Shout out to my love of my life, Annette, who's in the house. There you go. Hey. And I guess that's it. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate you for this interview. I love doing interviews.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. I know you were busy before and we kept missing each other.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate it. I look forward to speaking to you soon again.
Yeah.
When you're what is it for the title shot?
Yeah, or in the UFC, man. If you want another shit, I'm hoping to well past that. But I'm not because I'm running out of time or anything, just because you could just tell like the people I face and the competition I face that I'm on another level of fighting. And not to say I'm bigger than LFA. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying Brant's bigger than LFA. But Brant would also like to get paid 10 and 10 for his fights too. You know what I'm saying? If I can make a shitload of money stomping people out in LFA, I would so do it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even feel bad about it. But I need money, need glory. I need glory. I need a lot of glory. I just got a heavy chunk of glory winning my first main event. You know what I'm saying? Need more glory. I need more glory. Anybody watching, remember that. I need more glory. Also, young fighters, keep your heads on the swivel. Stay safe. Be real with yourself. Be true to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. I'm serious. If your grappling game is trash, work on your grappling game. Let your ego go. If your striking game is trash, work on your striking. Let your ego go. I'm serious. Young fighters, listen to me.
Those are powerful words for the upcoming fighters. They definitely need to hear that.
Yeah, no, that's the biggest thing. I have another interview explaining another thing, but I don't want to say that here. Be real with yourself. Let their ego go. Let your ego go. Just train hard. Be the best you can be.
Thank you so much.
Hey.